This section in our linear equations chapter is on translating words to algebraic expressions or equations. So at the top you'll see a chart. These are just typical words that when you see them are translated to addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. There are exceptions and there's other words. This isn't all inclusive. But in general, for example, if you see the words more than, it means addition. If you see of, it means multiplication, and so on. So let's use that to decode these 5 examples. So example 1 says write an algebraic expression, meaning there will be no equal sign. And we're going to use the variable n to represent the words a number. So part A says 7 increased by a number. So it's 7 increased by, right here, is an add word, and then a number is n. So it's just 7 plus n. B, 15 decreased by a number. So 15 decreased by some number. These are straightforward at the beginning. C, the product of, you have to know the word product refers to multiplication, the product of 2 and a number. Now in algebra, when we want to show multiplication of a number times a variable, you just write them together like that. Don't write 2 and then times sign n, or you can write, I'm going to do this, 2 dot n. You could write 2 parentheses n. Those all indicate multiplication, but for sure this is the preferred method and the easiest. D says the quotient of. That word quotient refers to division, and when you see the word quotient, we know that the next words are always going to be in the order that you do the division. So it's a number and 5. Now in algebra we show division as a fraction, so a number and 5. I realize that means the same thing, but we don't typically use that in algebra. You show division with a fraction. Now E is the one where you have to really read it and understand what it means. It says 2 subtracted from a number. So this word from means I have to have this first. So it's n minus 2. It's 2 taken away from the number. So the words are not in the same order as the translation. So this is one you need to watch for when you see that word from. All right, let's try translating some sentences into equations. And equations mean there's going to be an equal sign. So this one says, if 5 times a number, let's go ahead and use n again. So 5 times a number is added to plus 11. The result is equals 26. So I translated that directly. 5 times a number added to 11, the result is 26. It's a fairly easy translation. Look at number 3. If 7 is subtracted from, there's that from word again, so I know that what comes after has to come first. 6 times a number. 6 times a number, and then we subtract 7 from that. The result is negative 25. So another one that's easy to mess up, because if you write 7 minus 6n equals negative 25, you are definitely not going to get the same result. That doesn't work. That's not really what it says. So think about what it means. Example 4 says to translate and then solve. So we're actually going to figure it out. If 4 times a number is decreased by 2, has 2 taken away from it, the result is 26. Now we're going to solve this using our steps. Get rid of fractions, distribute, combine like terms, get variables equal to numbers, and divide. There's no fractions. There's no distributive property. There's no like terms to combine. So I just need to get the variables on one side and the numbers on the other. The variables are already on the left, so we get the numbers on the right by adding a 2 so that zeroes out. 4n equals 28. So I did this step. And now my last step is always to divide. I'm kind of out of space here. So n equals 7. So not only did you translate it, but you solved it. Same thing with number 5. If a number is subtracted from 3 times the number, so 3 times the number, and then we subtract the number. So that one's kind of different. Really have to read carefully. The result is -8. So using our steps again, there's no fractions, no distributive property, but there are like terms to combine on this side where it says a number is subtracted from 3 times the number. That makes 2n. 3n minus 1n equals -8. The variables are already together. The numbers are already together, so that's been done. Now we just need to divide. Oops. And we get n equals -4. And let me bring this up so you can see that. N equals -4. These are usually fairly simple to solve once you get that translation completed. Now on the next page, you will see several on your own to try where it says write the sentence as an algebraic equation using x as the variable. If you prefer to use n, that's fine. So these are going to be equations that you're going to write, and if you have questions, you can bring those to class.